Hey guys, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So I'm in a slightly different setup today, and I don't know, I just felt like doing something different and trying to change things up a bit. I've been in like a really bad creative rut when it comes to like YouTube for the past few months, hence my content's been like a little slower. It's not that I don't want to film, I just don't know what to film. My brain is just like, I just don't know what to film, and like it's just like when it comes to filming it is just me, so there are a lot of things that I can't really film. It's just not really possible, and also because of like what's been going on, you know. And yeah, I've just not always been in the right headspace to be filming stuff, but I'm trying really hard to get back into the swing of things and trying to put out at least one video per week. That is my goal. Sometimes two. I mean, sometimes you just kind of get inspiration like I did last night. I was awake in bed and I was like racking my brain trying to think of stuff, and a few things have come to mind. So yeah, I hope you like how I am sat here. I'm actually sat like on my legs, so hopefully I don't get pins and needles in my feet. But yeah, please tell me what you think of this little background going on here. I might somehow try and incorporate, I don't know if I could put like some fairy lights under there. If you've got any suggestions, please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. So yes, today's video is going to be about my personal kind of like fashion journey and kind of how I arrived at this kind of style that I wear now. I don't necessarily like, I mean, it is J fashion and Japanese fashion in a way, because it is obviously very pastel, and I do wear a lot of Japanese brands, but I don't really wear like a set style like Fairy K or, you know, decor or anything like that. And I'm going to talk a bit about why I've kind of strayed away from styles that I used to wear, and kind of like just like how I arrived at, you know, the kind of clothes that I wear now, as I get a lot of questions about kind of like how I found my style, how I am comfortable wearing the clothes that I want to wear. That's a question I get asked quite a bit. And also, you know, things like where I buy my clothes and stuff like that, which I have made a whole video about before. I did make a video, I think it was last year, kind of going through old pictures and photos of like previous outfits and styles that I would wear, so that might also be a thing that you guys might want to go watch if you haven't already seen that. But today I'm going to be just talking more about like kind of like the thoughts and feelings behind it all. So yes, my Japanese fashion kind of like journey started about in 2015, and I first discovered LOLITA and Gairu, and I was kind of always of like a very, I'm gonna say alternative, but I was always into like different things from like your typical child or like teenager. And I had blue hair before then. Like I had started to dyeing my hair a couple of years before then, and I was always very into gaming, anime, manga, the whole kind of like Japanese like scene in that way. And it was always like my dream to go to Japan and stuff. And I kind of just like, from, you know, browsing on the internet as we all do at that age, I just kind of like slowly stumbled across like this brand called LOLITA, and I was really like struck by just how just how cute the clothes were, and how like just how nice they were, and it just kind of went from there. I bought a couple of LOLITA pieces, I think from eBay and maybe possibly some other stores, and not gonna lie, I was very nervous at first to wear anything that would be deemed very kind of like different in this country. Yeah, I was very nervous. Like, even though I had like dyed hair and stuff, I think I had pink hair. I had like the front pink you know, string bit going on when I first started to wear LOLITA, and yeah, I was so scared. Like, I had literally like no, like even now, like it's weird because I think I'm just so comfortable with the clothes I wear, I just don't care anymore. I just couldn't give a damn about what people thought. Like, it's just don't care, it's out of my head. But obviously at first, you know, you're really scared because, you know, you will obviously stand out, but I've come to realize that I'm kind of like, with my hair and everything, I'm just gonna stand out anyway, so why not just kind of go do like the full shebang, just do it all. Yeah, and I'll go a bit into more detail about that later. God, yeah, my brain is not serving me well today. This is why sometimes I find it so hard to sit down and film stuff like in front of the camera because even though I have everything like in my head, my brain just like wanders off, as it likes to do quite a lot. So yeah, I found it really hard and quite, I don't say nerve-wracking, but I was quite nervous when I would first go out wearing LOLITA, even like a dress and like shoes and stuff, because I just didn't know what people were gonna think or say. And unfortunately, in some respects, I do still care about that a lot now, but like I just, you know, you hear like horror stories about, you know, awful things happening to people who try and wear like alternative clothes and stuff. And I've never really got any bad response about my hair and things. And like before I started to wear what I do now, my style was pretty much, the thing is, because of my eating disorder, what I would be very much impacted by that, and I wouldn't ever really wear the kind of clothes that I maybe would want to wear just because of my body dysmorphia, and I would, you know, kind of adapt clothes to like that. So I wouldn't ever really wear anything too loud or bold. It was like a lot of jumpers and like stuff like that. I would wear like pastels here and there, but it was like nothing too crazy, that for sure. A lot of black, like I would wear like a lot of like black tights and black and stuff like that, probably because I wanted to hide and like cover myself up. But something about Japanese fashion just kind of, it really did help me learn to love myself more again, and like through my clothes it's really helped me like just, yeah, become more comfortable in myself. And just, you know, like some days I wouldn't even be able to look in the mirror. Like I would just feel so, like I would feel like physically sick inside, and through the clothes that I wear I'm able to look at myself and actually, you know, not feel completely awful and actually go, I look okay today. And even if I don't want to focus on my body, sorry, gas has just gone out the door necessary, I can focus on the clothes instead. So yeah, from those few pieces I just kind of slowly built it up and up. And originally, like I had like half of, like, I don't want to say, I hate the term normie, but I had a pretty like normal wardrobe, and then I had like a lot of Lisa pieces on the side. And then I also slowly started to get interested in Lolita fashion. Now I primarily wore this around the 2016 and also a bit of the 2017 period, so it honestly was only like 1 or 2 years, and I love Lolita fashion so much. When I first started, you know, seeing it and I saw my friends wearing it, I was like, oh my god, I was like almost starstruck. And I remember going on like the Angelic Pretty website and just staring at these incredible dresses and prints and being like, I want to wear that. So my first AP dress was, oh my god, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to Google it and put it up here, and hopefully I'll put up some random pictures to help give you some references as we go along. But yeah, not gonna lie, my first like time I tried to make a call, it was trash. Everyone's first time, you don't look that great. Although the thing is, in that moment I actually felt really good, and I was like so excited to go outside and wear it. And like I think that's the key thing when it comes to trying like new styles, or like just like fashion's all about wearing what makes you happy. And I think that's just why I loved it so much. It just made me really happy, and I used to find that a lot when I used to get like a new Lisa piece and stuff, or like a new AP dress. It just made me so happy to put it on. I just felt like, I don't know, there's just something about it just made me feel like complete in a way. And so yeah, I slowly started to build up my Lolita wardrobe, and I gathered a number. Mainly, yeah, it was pretty much, I was a bit of a brand whore. I loved AP a lot. Yeah, I just I still miss it to this day. But the main reason I stopped wearing Lolita fashion so much was during like that period when I would wear it, I would go to like meets and things like that, so I would have like occasions to wear it, which is really nice. But I was never gonna be like, I never wanted to be like a lifestyle Lolita as such. I never wanted to like wear it every single day. And if you want, like if you are that, I think that was like amazing. I wish I could be that, but unfortunately it's being in Britain, it's quite windy and rainy. It's just not really practical a lot of the time, sadly. And I kind of slowly found that if I couldn't go to a meet or something, I just wasn't always able to wear it. And yeah, it just made me a bit sad seeing these dresses stuck in my wardrobe. Like, they're very expensive, like they're super expensive. Like, even if you buy like non-brand, Lolita fashion is unfortunately not cheap fashion to get into. There's like not just the dress, you need like the petticoat, the bag, the shoes, like accessories, like you need everything. It's just, it is quite a lot, and I found it quite pressuring in the community. Like, I never really felt like I was doing it well enough, and like I know that's not the point, but a big part of this fashion is like the community and posting online and seeing each other's outfits and stuff like that. And I just kind of like never really felt like I was gonna be like that kind of Lolita that I wanted to be, if that makes sense. Maybe that's just me being very hypercritical of myself, but yeah, I don't know, I just found my like after a year or so, like my heart just wasn't in it so much, and it was just kind of like dwindling, and yeah, I wasn't finding the time to be able to wear it so much, and my dresses were just slowly sitting in my wardrobe, and I just didn't feel as comfortable in it anymore. Like, also another thing with Lolita fashion is it's not exactly the most comfortable fashion. It's a bit, you know, it's very much there, you got stuff in your hair, like it can be quite a lot wearing like a full-on like cord all day at me, and like let me tell you, some of the shoes are just, they are not comfortable. Oh my god, like yeah, it wasn't comfortable, and I kind of got a bit sick of, you know, putting on all these outfits and stuff, and like I'd feel really good, but then halfway through the day I just like wanted to just like rip it off. And like I didn't even do wigs, like I couldn't do wigs, like god bless you if you can do wigs and everything, like gold star to you. Like, it is just quite a lot, and from someone who suffers from like chronic illnesses and stuff, like it was just a lot. Like, if I was like going to a meet was like enough in itself if I had to go to London, but then like going home was just like, it was so painful trying to walk back in like these pretty uncomfortable shoes, like stuff in your hair. Like it just wasn't fun, and that unfortunately just sucked a lot of the joy out of it for me. So I kind of made the decision a few years ago to slowly sell my dresses, and that's when I started to become more interested in just kind of like more casual J fashion, like kind of basically what I wear now. You know, pastel sweaters, skirts, like huge trainers, just everything in that department. I slowly started to find brands and clothing that I, you know, felt a little bit more comfortable in, and that I could wear on like a day-to-day basis, because I did want to wear this kind of stuff like every day. And before, it was like I had like my kind of like almost like dress up side, and then like my kind of like everyday clothes, and I wanted to incorporate into like my whole kind of like my whole wardrobe. Like, I still had my Liz Lisa clothes back then, and I would wear them as well, but more so on like kind of like occasions. I did have a period of time when I would wear Liz Lisa quite a lot, not every day, but again, like the weather can make it really damn hard in this country, and like Liz Lisa shoes, let me tell you, they are the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like, they are so pretty, but like there's like some damn high heels, like you cannot wear those when you're going to the supermarket. I have learned that. So I remember going to Japan in 2017, and I distinctly remember buying a lot of pieces from Wego and WC, and I just really like the comfy, casual but yet cute pastel look. And also Swan Kiss, I really like some of their pieces, and I came back with a lot of things from there. And yeah, I just slowly started to kind of like build my wardrobe up from there, really. And like another thing I've learned with this kind of like fashion is you're not gonna have a full wardrobe overnight. Like, I know you may see my clothes, my outfits, my wardrobe now and be like, oh my god, how does she have that? Like, this has literally taken me like nearly 5 years. It's been like a journey of like finding what I feel most comfortable in, and like, yeah, it hasn't happened overnight. Like, I've bought pieces, I've sold pieces. Like, I sold a lot of my dresses, and like they're pretty expensive, so I use that to then buy you know like new clothes that I would feel more comfortable in, that I was able to wear like every day. And of course I was very lucky in the fact that I could go to Japan as many times as I did, so I obviously got as much stuff as I could there when I was over there, because I have bought I do buy, and I have bought and I do still buy clothes from Japanese brands online, but like it's not cheap always. Like buying from WC is a lot more expensive than you think, because there's like the shipping costs and customs. Like I still buy the odd pieces here and there, but yeah, unfortunately it's not cheap, even though it's not like full-on OTT cords and stuff like that. So yeah, I remember like the summer of 2017, I really first started to feel like, I felt like super happy and comfortable as to like where like my style was going, because before like I was happy with what I was wearing, but like I kind of would hit like a point and then I was like, I don't know if this is for me, or you know, like something was just off. But I really felt super comfortable in the outfits that I was putting together every day, and I was having so much fun like putting together new looks and like searching for new like brands and clothes online. Yeah, slowly but surely I just started to build my wardrobe up from there. And it was really exciting like finding all these brands. Like that's when, actually no, I think it was 2016 I actually first discovered Lazy Oak and got my first piece from there. But yeah, it was also just really cool seeing like yourself kind of like evolve and change, and just finding what you like the most. And of course your personal likes and dislikes are gonna change over the years, but like I'm pretty happy with how it's developed in the last like couple of years. Like by 2018 like I was wearing like pretty much what I wear now like every single day, and I built up like pretty much a good staple wardrobe. Another thing that I've like found to be really helpful when it comes to like being able to buy and try new styles is buying and like selling old clothes. Like I know it can be really tempting to hold on to all of these clothes you have, and you think, oh, I might wear it one day. Trust me, like if you've not worn it in like at least 6 months, you need to sell that girl. Like you're not gonna touch it again. I've learned that, so I kind of like pushed myself to get rid of a lot of stuff that I wasn't wearing anymore. I think it was like, especially last year, I actually sold a lot of my Liz Lisa. Not that I don't like it, I love Liz Lisa so much, but it's just not fully me. And back when I first started to wear it a few years ago, because I'm 24 now, I was like 21, 22, and like I think it suited me at the time now, but I kind of want to look not older, but I don't look my age, that's for sure. Like I don't look my age, and I do love the look of Liz Lisa and like on Rouge, and like it just got hella bright in here, I'm so sorry. And I do love like the kind of whole like gyro look, not that I ever went like full on like gyro, but you know what I mean. But I just for some reason I felt like in my like how it looked on me and like my body type and stuff, it just didn't look how I wanted to look. I'm trying not to like, I don't want to sound like offensive to anyone at all, because I think on everybody else it looks like absolutely like amazing and so elegant. But for some reason sometimes I would put on a Liz Lisa blouse or like a skirt and I would just feel a bit like, I don't want to say a child, but I just didn't quite look the way I wanted to look. And like, not that I look super grown up in what I wear now, but I think just how the clothes made me feel just kind of like shifted a bit. And again, that like will change as you like grow up, because I'm still very young, and like our likes and dislikes change like all the time. But for some reason I just didn't feel as comfortable in it anymore. And like that's totally okay, you know, it's also fun trying out styles. So I just kind of made the decision to slowly start to kind of like sift out my Liz Lisa and like get in all the kind of like pieces that I would want to wear. And like my wardrobe is basically like 60% WC now, I swear to god. Like, and I know it's not like a super Japanese, like it's pretty like a staple J fashion brand. Like it's not, you know, anything like special. And like I know WC isn't like full-on fairy K or anything like that, but I just kind of wanted clothes that I would feel like a little bit different in, but like also not super like OTT, if that makes sense. Like I still have like some Liz Lisa things and other clothes that I wear if I'm like gonna go to like a meet or something, but I really wanted to be able to wear these kind of clothes, but just kind of like on an everyday on an everyday basis. And you know, as much as I am comfortable in the clothes I wear now, sometimes you just go outside and you just don't want to stand out. And you know, everybody has those days, like especially if your anxiety is really bad, you just don't want to stand out. And I wanted to make sure, because like some days I didn't want to wear LOLITA because I just didn't want to have to deal with like the shit I would get for it if I went out and I'd get bloody catcalled by like 3 guys. Like it's just not fun. It's not something that as a woman you always unfortunately want to have to deal with. And I know wearing these kinds of clothes, you know, you could argue yes, but you're going to draw attention to yourself, and I get that completely, but just some days just don't want to have to deal. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was kind of like covered for those days. And also just like with wearing clothes, like I still suffer greatly from like body dysmorphia stuff, and I like wanted to be able to actually feel comfortable and not, because you know sometimes clothes like that and like the heels and stuff just, yeah, not comfy. So hence why I sort of steer more to like platform trainers and stuff now. They're just a whole lot comfier, I'll tell you that. And like also as I've gotten older, like just my vibe of how I want to look and like my persona has just changed, and that's just, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just part of growing up as well, which I think is like a really important thing to recognize as well. Like just because you don't want to wear a certain style anymore, like it doesn't mean it's bad or anything. Like we just want to feel or look different in our clothes. And I don't know how many years I'm going to wear this for. Like in my eyes I'd love to wear this kind of stuff for like the rest of my life, but I don't know. I'll just see where it takes me. I mean, for now I'm very much, I'm very happy with my wardrobe and probably don't need any clothes. I do actually kind of want to try some like new styles and like looks this year. I have a weird, like for some reason I have been having an inkling to get some black pieces and like kind of try out the whole like pastel goth look thing. Not that I'm ever like gonna go goth or anything like that, but I just, you know, I'm just having fun with it. And I think that's the important part of like any kind of like fashion really. I think when I would wear things like LOLITA and LOLITA, I felt already like trapped, if that makes sense, and I felt like I would never, like I wasn't doing kind of like Gairu well enough, or LOLITA, like I never really felt like I did it like as well as I could be, if that makes sense. So I think I just kind of wanted to find my own style, like not that it's really, not this is any kind of style, this is just what I feel comfortable in. I think that's the most important. And like before I ended this off today, I hope this hasn't been too rambly. I'm really scared this isn't, I'm gonna come back to edit it and this is just gonna be like all over the place, because yeah, my brain is just like this all the time, like. So hopefully this makes sense and this can like help somebody out there. But when it comes to confidence in wearing like alternative fashion or Japanese fashion, like I said earlier, when I first started to wear like LOLITA and stuff, you've just got to kind of build it up slowly. Like I would wear like a dress and wear it out here and there, and like if you're nervous to go out on your own, like take a friend. Like I would go out with like a friend or my brother or something, and that may sound really sad, but it really gives you the confidence, and slowly you'll find that you just kind of don't hear what people are saying, or like you don't really notice the looks. I've come to realize I'm gonna get looks for like regardless because of my hair and everything. And yeah, slowly but surely you just kind of like learn to like filter them out. I listen to music when I'm outside, so I don't really notice what anyone's saying. And just, obviously I have days when, you know, if someone gives me a weird dirty look, or not that I don't really get any bad comments, to be completely honest. Maybe it's just where I live, but I don't really get any like horrible comments. I've had some not nice things said to me in the past, mainly when I've been in London, to be honest, and I once had a stone thrown at me from a bus. Oh, that was when I very first started up in the fashion. Yeah, that was a whole experience, and that really knocked me. But I think the important thing is to remember that you're doing it for yourself and like no one else, and you cannot please everybody around me. Let me tell you that, like, you cannot please everyone, and as long as it makes you happy and you're comfortable in it, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how well you're doing it or if you're doing it well enough. As long as you like put the clothes on and you're like, you feel confident and you're like, yes, this is me, like that is the most important thing when it comes to wearing any style of clothing, I think. Yeah, I hope you found this somewhat helpful. If you have any more comments regarding like J fashion, confidence, kind of like finding your style, then please ask me away in the comments. I'll be happy to help you guys. And I love you all very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!